Take a look around me, taking pages from a magazine. Been looking for the answer ever since we were 17.
Hello and good day to my dearest hackerlings. Now today I will be talking to you about the 5 weird facts about this world that you probably didn't know. So the very first one comes to us from the animal kingdom and one of its cutest and my favorite animals. It's called the duckling. Now, the reason I wanted to go with the duckling first was because it is one of my most favorite animals of the animal kingdom. Because I absolutely love their cute faces and cute yellow fur, and I have always just wished to own one. But it's not always been very easy keeping animals like ducks in a country like India. So before I get too carried away with this, let us basically go on with the facts. So the weird fact number 1 that you probably didn't know is that ducks are the only animal that have a unique ability which is only limited to birds alone, that basically makes them the most natural animal companions to humans. Now this ability, which is one of the strongest forces in nature, is the ability to imprint on humans. Now this is not the same imprinting that happened in the Twilight movies where the little child vampire imprinted on the werewolf, but basically this is a phenomenon which no one yet understands the exact mechanisms behind, but the results are unmistakable because whenever a duckling sees a creature larger than itself that it sees upon hatching, it basically becomes its mother, and the duckling basically knows that it is the same species as its mother. So it doesn't just think that it is the same species, but it actually knows that it is that species. So basically, if you're raising a baby bird to be returned to the wild, make sure it doesn't imprint on you, because if you're raising it to live with you, you must make sure that it imprints on a human. And why wouldn't you? Because the results basically go something like this. Now our weird fact number 2 comes from the country of Russia. Now in 2011, the Russian president Dmitry Medvedev signed a bill that officially classified beer as alcoholic. So basically what that means is that until 2011, anything containing less than 10% alcohol was considered basic food stuff and its sale wasn't regulated at all. So basically it was just a soft drink in Russia. So it was pretty common to see people swigging beer in the streets and park as if it was basically a soft drink. Now the reason the beer was considered to be alcohol in 2011, so it was basically done to control the alcohol consumption of Russia as a whole, because its alcohol consumption had basically already up till that point doubled the critical level set by World Health Organization. So if anything, I think this has made Russia a little bit more healthy. Now our weird fact number 3 comes from the country of UK. Now basically in the UK it is legal for a pregnant woman to pee basically anywhere, including a policeman's helmet. Now basically the British 1986 Public Order Act makes disorderly behavior, which includes public peeing, an offense which is basically punishable with a fine. However, a police officer at their own discretion may make an exceptions for an expectant mother. So basically that means peeing in the UK is still a crime punishable with a fine, but if a police officer sees a pregnant woman peeing, it is up to them to basically say to the woman, look, it is okay for you to pee if it is urgent. So basically this means that if you are a police officer in the UK and you are feeling particularly generous that day, make sure that you are also not having a bad hair day, because there is no way you will be able to put that helmet back on your helmet. Now our weird fact number 4 comes from the world of the fruits. Now anyone that knows me basically knows that I am a big fan of fruit, because growing up I didn't get a lot of fruit, so when I grew up I made sure that I eat lots of fruits every day to keep the health. So this next weird fact basically comes from the world of fruits and from a particular fruit called the pineapple. Now basically it would surprise a lot of people to know that pineapples are actually not a single fruit like most people think. Now pineapples, instead of being a single fruit at the start, they basically start off as a large bunch of berries. So the way this works is that the pineapple's plants flowers produce berries called fruitlets, that fuse together around the fruit's core to produce the fruit we know to be the all delicious pineapple. And it will also surprise a lot of people to know that a pineapple can take up to 3 years to mature before it can be plucked for eating. So no wonder when you go into the store, the pineapples are always very expensive, and whenever you add extra pineapple to your pizza, they always charge you $1 to $2. So that's a very interesting fact. Now this weird fact number 5 comes from the animal kingdom and also one of my favorite animals, which is the penguin. Now what I absolutely love about the penguin is how cute they are, how cute the baby penguins are, and how amazing they are at swimming and staying so comfortable in such a cold weather, because there is no way I would ever be able to live on a large block of ice 24/7. So anyways, before we get too bogged down in the details, let's go on with this fact. So basically this fact is that penguins have an organ that converts seawater into fresh water. Now except it is not an organ, it is actually a gland. It doesn't actually convert salt water to fresh water. It basically just filters the salt from the blood of the penguins. So the gland we are talking about today is called the supraorbital gland, and is something that all the marine birds that basically have to drink salt water to quench their thirst have. So normally the salt that we ingest is absorbed into the bloodstream and then filtered out by the kidneys and then secreted in the urination. However, in the penguins, the kidneys can only filter out 1/3 of the salt that they ingest, because they are drinking so much salt in the water and also eating so many crustaceans that they end up ingesting a lot of salt. So basically, to help the kidneys, just located above the penguin's nose, in between the eyes, is something called the supraorbital glands that keeps the kidneys filter out the remaining salt in a process that is basically called counter current exchange. So basically, this is how penguins can basically survive while constantly drinking salty water. Quite amazing, yeah? So there you go, my hackerlings. Here are 5 weird facts that you probably didn't know, and it was my absolute pleasure to bring you these facts. So if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up and share it with your friends on the Facebooks, the Twitters, and the Instagrams. And if you would like to see more videos like this, please hit the subscribe buttons. And you can also discuss this video in the comments below. Now I promise I will try to read every single comment and try to reply back to each and every single one of you. So that is it for today, my hackerlings. I will see you again very soon. Bye bye.